could just get on here. Just really talk about what happened with the Amber Guyger um, trial. Actually, she was found guilty. That was the first step. The second step was really the sentences part, the punishment phase, and it wasn't really good, but it was something that I kind of expect. She got 10 years, really was just a step up from the minimum, because you had it actually between 5 to 9 years. I'm thinking she might get 15 or 20 years, with maybe 10 years of parole, something like that. But no, she got something a little bit lighter than that. She got 10 years with maybe a parole of 5. So definitely the court was very lenient. Um, Also too, I can see as the judge, she allowed the castle doctrine to be played at the court, and they also asked about manslaughter, but she was overruled with the manslaughter because she already came to a confession of intentionally killing her. So that kind of ruled it out. Um, it was some disturbing things I've seen in the court. Um, Besides the black officer straightening out her hair during the hearing, the verdict and everything, that was kind of disturbing. But I think it was more when Bolton's brother um, basically told Amber Guyger, "I forgave you," and then went up there to give her a hug. That was something that was unexpected and very, very troubling. Um, it was a lot of cuddling of Amber Guyger. It was a lot of cuddling. And I feel they did that because she was a white woman. And that, to me, I think is a very disturbing precedent for black people in a global sense and ADUS in a domestic sense. Um, and let you know that white woman is the most protected, but also the most dangerous. Not just for black men, but also black women. Very ruthless, very cunning, very straight to the point, but very um, translucent and very transparent to a point to deceiving. Um, Now, was she the most intelligent? No, I don't think she was. Cause I know in the beginning they were trying to work with her. The police department was working with her to get her facts straight with manslaughter, but she intentionally kind of blew that up in the face, so they couldn't give her manslaughter. Um, but they also, too, like I said, there was a lot of cuddling. The judge giving her a hug. Definitely was a dangerous precedent of her letting the defense argue the castle doctrine. That's like a Texas version of standing your ground law, but it's more dealing with the property or your home. They could kill you with impunity. And the thing about it was just something that, as a black person, of a to her to be to be basically charged and found guilty of first degree murder and to only receive 10 years is basically a precedent of white privilege, and white privilege is operating in a system of basically of organized racism, or people would say white supremacy. And as a black man, to you, your life is deemed worthless. It's almost like, to the world, your life is regardless to nothing. Somebody could easily kill you, and walk free. Literally, walk free. If they not walking free, they're going to get the most lenient punishment that they will receive for just killing a black man, or a black boy, or. So this is a very dangerous precedent. That's something that, as black people in the global and domestic as ADOS, we have to come to the reality that something we might have to thinking of another alternative to really stop what's going on. There were a couple victories that was basically ADOS and pertaining of affirmative action, even though I believe affirmative action to me is really meaningless. The backing, a lot of the caucus is backing the NAACP and ADOS with going against Comcast. Um, there was also a few things about HB, some of the HBCUs is one of the big case. I mean, there was a few little minor victories that was victory to the ADOS or black empowerment, but this is really was a set off. This was an L in my book. Because you basically just showed the world in a court system, in a judicial system, everything is stacked against us. Our blackness is the monster or the elephant in the room, because when you look at whiteness and you look at blackness, it's a cat, and it was highly displayed throughout the world in this case, and also to the level of black people that was involved in the case that assisted and helping Amber Guyger was very telling. So it also lets you know what their allegiance also lies as well. So, like I said, the white woman to me is the most dangerous adversary to a black man, especially when there are acquiring some type of authority or some type of power, like being in politics or being in the police force, or so even being in the military. If some of them climb to a military standpoint, so it's just a precedent of what black man must have to face and might have to come to grip that we need to probably kind of like start distancing ourselves from them. Um, but also too myself, I know Bolton's brother with his forgiveness. And like I said, they're not ADOS. They're from the Caribbean. The Caribbean was the Caribbean community was very quiet, while the ADOS was very vocal in support. Also, too, you had a plethora of Hispanic, because she basically dealt with Hispanic. I think her family mingled with Hispanic, and she have a lot of relationship with Hispanic. That a lot of Hispanics actually came out in support of her. So this is letting you know that the brown and black coalition never existed from the start. So it was just a lot of telling what was going on, but to let you know, yeah, the white woman is the most dangerous woman uh, that basically is against black men and black people in general.